I'm going to throw it to you first. Obviously, the biggest news that has happened within the past 24 to 48 hours is this Grant Cohn, Javon Kinlaw beef. We'll play the clip, I guess, in a bit, but what was your initial take to it?
I think there's blame to be had on both sides, but I think that Kinlaw comes out looking worse. Simply because if you know somebody's like a troll doing their troll thing or whatever, you gotta be above that, especially in a position that Javon Kinlaw is in. Like at the end of the day, Javon Kinlaw doesn't have to prove shit to Grant Cohn. He's gotta be a football player. He's got to contribute to the 49ers. And I don't care. Here, I'm just gonna say this. My only problem with what Kinlaw did was the physicality aspect of it, the physical intimidation aspect of it. That's bully behavior, and that was a bridge too far. If you want to talk your shit, right? Like clap back at him, say whatever. But walking up, putting your chest on the man, knocking the hat off his head, and seeking him out in that regard, that was where he made a mistake. That was where he needed somebody to pull him back and be like, dude, it's not worth the effort. You know what I mean? Like, we all know what Grant does. Like, even us sitting here, and we've all met Grant. You know what I mean? Like, what was Javon hoping to prove? Like, you're 6'5", 320. You're gonna walk up on Grant Cohn, who's like 6 foot tall and like $150 soaking wet. Like Grant Cohn is gonna do anything to you. I don't understand what that accomplishes. Right? Like, if you have a problem with the man's words, meet him with words, because there's nothing to be had by getting physical with somebody. That's a young kid in a young mentality that for somebody like me, who's my age, I'm just like, I've known for a long time that physicality, that trying to get into a physical altercation, it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't solve anything. It makes you look bad. I don't even care that he went on the program or whatever. It's just the physical intimidation and the physical contact part of it, right? That's the only problem that I have. You want to call him a bitch? Call him a bitch. I don't care. If you think Grant's a bitch, then Grant's a bitch. Like, no worries. But it's not like you're going to walk up on Grant and knock the hat off his head like he's going to, like, square up on you. Like, I don't understand what that's all about. It literally doesn't do anything except create a headache for Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, who have to do like what they did today, where John Lynch has to facilitate a hash out session between Grant Cohn and Javon Kinlaw in his office. And that could have been completely avoided had this been a situation like, and the stream kind of makes it worse, because if it was just a thing of like where Grant comes on and it's like, man, you know, where he did the thing where Grant's like, oh, he called me a sucker ass bitch, and he starts doing the rap or whatever, then it's like, oh, Grant's doing his thing where he embellishes shit, right? Like it's a he said, she said. But when he goes on there and kind of confirms like what happened, then you're just like, oh man, why'd you do that? Like, I don't understand why that would be the route that you went, right? Like, talk your shit to him, be like, I mean, at worst, like at least try something first. Like, hey man, I don't appreciate you dogging me like that. That's fucked up. Like telling me I'm always in the training room. I don't like that. What are you trying to gather out of this? At least say something first before you immediately like beeline to him, you know, on the practice field or whatever. I know. Listen, we've all done the playbook. Every time Grant asks a question to Kyle Shanahan, I'm afraid that Kyle Shanahan's eyes are going to get stuck in the back of his head from how hard he rolls. You know what I mean? My only problem with this was the physicality, right? And then confirming the physicality. It's a bad look for me. But I mean, apparently they hashed it out, so this probably won't be anything at the end of the day.
Yeah, okay. So, Mike, I'm going to throw it to you next, but then I'll share my thoughts on the whole situation. But before I do, I feel like I have to play the clip just in the fairness argument. So let me pull up the clip. And guys, I'm sure you've already seen it since it's like viral, but if you haven't seen it, it is pretty graphic and language used. So just be advised, if you have children, maybe there are some curse words. So I'm going to play it now. It's about 2 minutes. I guess we'll play the entirety.
All this shit you talking, all this back and forth, all this bickering, all this, I was in the training room today. Fam, the training room is nowhere near the field. Fam, I looked at you, you looked at me, you pulled your shades up, came walking over a little bit, not walking to me, you walked up a little bit just so I could make sure that it was you. I walked over, I approached you, put my chest on you, on your side. You turned towards me, and that was the rest of the story, fam.
Hold on, though.
Stop making it seem like I came about you at a cowardly way. I came at you man to man, brother. Put some respect on my name, bro. You don't know me. You don't know where I'm from, bro. Put some respect on my name, brother. I'm a man just like you. My nuts is bigger than yours, brother.
I asked you what I said about you.
My balls is bigger than yours, brother. Put some respect on my name.
All right, Javon.
Put some respect on my name, brother. Stop talking about me like I'm an animal or something, brother.
What did I say about you?
Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. You already know.
Javon, if you're gonna come on my channel,
you want to try to bring me hardcore facts, bro.
Javon, you're gonna come on my channel and tell me what to say and what not to say. You should have some quotes. What did I say about
bro? Nobody fucks with that. Nobody fucks with you. You don't even understand that. Nobody fucks with you, brother. You need to go find a new job. Nobody fucks with you.
What does that mean?
What you mean? What it mean? Nobody fucks with you.
Are you sure?
Nobody fucks with you, fam. And the only reason I'm getting on here stooping to your level this low is because I feel like it got to be done. Somebody got to do it, and it's going to be me. Somebody got to press you, fam. You like to come on here and try to bully people on the internet. But when I press up on you in fucking person, you fucking shaking like a cow with voice lighter than my fucking baby, fam. What's up with that?
I'm scared of you, Javon?
What's up with that, fam?
You think I'm scared of you, Javon?
Fam, I don't give a fuck if you are or not. All I know is when I walked up on you, your fucking body temperature was fucking cold as ice. Straight bitch.
My body temperature?
Straight bitch. Your fucking balls shriveled up. Little dick nigga.
Hey, Javon, do you think
with me, bro?
Javon, do you think you're representing the 49ers well right now?
Okay, so I want to say Grant fucked up when he was like, "You think I'm scared of you, Javon? We know you're scared of Javon, bro. Like, don't keep it real, man. I'm not scared of a lot of dudes, but if a 6'5", 320 dude walked up on me and put his chest on me, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a rough day."
So, Mike, before I throw it over to you, there was also the clip that a lot of the 49ers players took issue with, and I think rightfully so, where Grant was explaining what happened, and basically his recollection of events was, oh, I'm about to get a payday because Javon Kinlaw, multimillionaire, is about to lay hands on me, and therefore I'm going to sue him. And his thought process was, I'm going to retire a millionaire. And that's kind of the quote that a lot of these 49ers players are like, you know what, this is fucked up. Why can he come in here, basically antagonize us, and then play the victim when somebody confronts him or retaliates back? But before I get into any more, what are your thoughts on this whole situation, Mike?
All right, so I think, Kinlaw shouldn't have responded and reacted the way that he did. That's the first thing. It's like first and foremost, right? But I'm not mad at Kinlaw for going on his show. I'm not mad at Kinlaw for having an attitude. I'm not mad at Kinlaw for the message that he had. If you listen to what Kinlaw was saying in the order in which he was saying it, this entire appearance on that episode was a response to Grant Cohn's, "Oh my God, Kinlaw knocked my hat off my head" video earlier. That's what he started with. He was like, stop lying, tell the truth. Like, you saw me, I saw you, you pulled your shades up to make sure I saw it was you, and then you took a step towards me so you could so I could see you, and then I walked up to you and put my chest on you. That's what happened. So he was clarifying from the beginning. Now, he's not the most articulate guy. I'm surprised. Honestly, as a 49ers fan who's been watching this guy for, 2.5 years now, the most words I've heard him say combined, like you add up all the other Kinlaw pressers and clips, this is the most we've ever heard from him. He's not going to come in here and give you this long, beautifully thought out and well-spoken soliloquy on how he feels. That's maybe a culture difference, whatever you want to call it. That's not who this guy is. That's not who that man is. So he's reacting the way that he knows how to react, right? And if you pay attention to the order in which he was speaking, everything was all about responding to what Grant said earlier. And then Grant starts antagonizing him. What did I say about you that was silly?
Well, I think that's a valid question, though. When he says, when he's got a problem, when Javon says he's got a problem with what Grant's been talking about him, and he says, what have I said that's been upsetting to you? And Javon says, don't worry about it. Address it. That's where you got to address it. If Grant's talking shit, then say, hey, dude, you tell me I'm always in the training room and shit. That's fucked up. Like, I don't like that.
Grant, if you watch that first video, Grant ran down a list of everything negative he said about Kinlaw. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Grant just wanted some validation. Hey, these guys watch my shows. That's what he was looking for. And we know that he does that because he says it all the time. Oh, these guys watch me. These guys listen to me. He was looking for gratification in that moment. Well, what exactly was it that I said? And then he later on doubles up and says, hey, you should, if you're going to come on the show to talk to me, you should have some quotes about what I said. It's all about me. Me. And what Kinlaw was doing, if you listen to what he was trying to say, us players don't like what you've been doing. We don't like what you've been saying and how you've been talking about us. He was passionate about it. Again, I don't think he went about it the right way, talking about little dicks and my nuts and all that shit. Like, but again, that's his mindset. You understand what I'm saying? That's how he's wired. That's the way that certain people know how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? You hurt my feelings, I'm going to hurt your feelings back. This is the only way I know to hurt your feelings. I don't know nothing else about you.
No, I get it. But my thing is, like, how long has Grant been on his bullshit? This is not anything new. And you don't think the 49ers would sit the players aside as they come in and go, hey, look, we got this motherfucker over here that just stirs shit up. He hasn't done anything so egregious we can strip his press pass. Here's how you deal with this dude. Because earlier in the day, you got a perfect example of how to deal with him when he asked Trey Lance, what do you do when people talk shit about you, whatever. And he's like, all due respect, I don't care. Right? Like, there's a way to deal with it professionally, but walking up to somebody on a field and putting your chest on them, that automatically you fucked up. Like, you're in the wrong immediately.
I agree. But Trey Lance is going to go through and has gone through a level and a course of media training that Javon Kinlaw has never gone through. You were drafted in the first round. Yes, they do this whole, rookie symposium and things like that, right? For all rookies. That's a blanketed thing. They tell them, don't lose your cool. Keep in mind, you represent the shield. You represent your teams, blah, 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 blah. He got the blanketed stuff. A starting quarterback for an NFL team has way more media training and knows he has to tiptoe way more than a guy like Javon Kinlaw, who's been on the sideline for the last season and a half.
I get that, but like somebody like AA, who's had problems with like Tim Kawakami and shit, AA ain't gonna take him aside and be like, dude, these dudes are gonna fucking come after you. And ask, like, it's like earlier, what was it when Charvarius Ward got signed and he was caught on a hot mic going like, damn, these dudes ask some stupid fucking questions, right? Yeah. Like, somebody on the team has to take him aside and be like, look, this is how we got to do with the local media, whatever. This is just how it is, right? Like, it sucks. It's whatever. I tell you right now, like at my job, bro, I got people that try to hit, they spit, they try to throw piss on you. They do all kinds of crazy shit, right? But I can't retaliate. I can't do anything like that because that's what's expected as part of the job. And it doesn't matter if I'm in charge of the shift or I'm just a part of the shift. Fact of the matter is I represent the hospital that I work at, and it doesn't matter what happens to me, right? I'm there for a purpose. I'm there to do a job. I'm there to be a professional. Yeah. And that's the aspect that I have a problem with, is that he let his emotions get in the way of him being a professional. For a fucking professional troll that we all know talks shit about the 49ers. Doesn't matter if they're good, doesn't matter if they're shit. When they're good, he's like, man, fuck, they could be better. Jimmy sucks. Kyle, I question him, whatever. When they suck, he goes, see, I fucking told you they sucked. He's a professional troll. Everybody knows he is. He's been that way. You know, his father kind of was that way too. I feel like Lowell was that way in a way. And Grant has just turned it up to 9. I think that even if it's not necessarily 100% on Javon, I feel like some of that's on his teammates for not like looking out for him and be like, look, this is how you have to deal with this asshole. Because he's always like,
my bad.
Damn, I was going too hard. Zach cut me off.
I think
there.
I hit it early. My bad. I thought you were done. I was trying to get it right when you were done. My bad.
No, you're good. But I mean, even Kyle is just like, you know, fuck, every time Grant talks, you could see Kyle just go, fuck this asshole. Right. So like, it's not 100%. I think there's fault on both sides. Mainly the fault with Javon that I have is the physical intimidation and the physical contact. That was a bridge too far. Talk your shit if you need to, but you don't need to get physical with somebody who ain't going to do shit.
He didn't get physical with him. He walked up on him and he knocked.
He said he put his
Well,
chest on him.
yeah.
That's too much.
No, that's that.
He
said,
literally said, "I put my chest on you." That's too much. That's too much. You're invading somebody's physical space. You can't do that.
He knocked the hat off his head for both of them. They both agreed. But let me just say my point real quick.
That's my only problem is the physicality.
Yeah, I agree with Matt. My thing is, and I think Grant touched on it immediately because he understood how this was going to be interpreted by a lot of fans and probably the organization. He immediately asked, do you think the 49ers are proud of how you're representing the team right now? That's literally the first question. Well, I think once he realized that Kinlaw was going to actually take it there, and it wasn't like he was just coming on to shoot the shit or he was coming on to maybe troll a little bit.
I feel like Grant kind of wanted that, though.
He 100% did.
Grant
I'm not saying like he was
that.
genuinely like, Kinlaw, think about how you rep. No, like he was trying to provoke it and he got exactly what he wanted. He even said in the show earlier, like, oh my God, this is like one of the moments like when Debo blocked me. Oh, I got so much more fame off of that. Like when my face went viral for like looking in the camera all weirdly. Yeah. He basically said this is going to be one of those moments. And then Kinlaw came on and totally, I think it went past even what he was expecting. But my whole thing is, I do think that although fans don't like Grant Cohn, most fans I would say don't appreciate Grant Cohn. They don't like his style of journalism. I think he's maybe a hack, whatever the case may be. I don't think Kinlaw comes out if you're looking like the good guy. I don't think he looks professional. And two things can be true at once. Grant was in the wrong and he antagonized and he provoked, and Kinlaw did not handle this correctly.